So good morning, everyone, and welcome to this meeting of the Western BCP Planning Committee. At the moment, there are two items on the agenda, but first of all, I'll turn to the Democratic Services Officer to read out our housekeeping notices.
Thank you. Please note this meeting is being recorded by the Council for live broadcast and will be published on the Council website for a minimum of 6 months. It may also be recorded or streamed for live or subsequent broadcast by members of the public, although ultimate discretion in this matter lies with the Chair. For everyone in the room, please note if the fire alarm sounds, please exit the building by way of the nearest available signed fire exit route and make your way to the assembly point at the War Memorial in the Gardens. Finally, please ensure background noise is kept to a minimum and mobile phones and other devices are turned off or switched to silent for the duration of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. And do we have any apologies for absence and substitute members in their places?
Thank you. We've received apologies from Councillor Brian Hitchcock and Councillor Peter Sidaway, and there are no substitutes today.
Thank you. And for the benefit of anyone not in the room, I'll just ask us all to introduce ourselves. My name is Marion Le Pedvin. I'm chair of this committee and I'm councillor for Newtown and Heatherlands.
Councillor Jo Clements, Penhill Ward and vice chair of this committee.
Councillor Michelle Dower, councillor for Kingston Ward and a member of this committee.
Councillor Gillian Martin, councillor for Boscombe West Ward and member of this committee.
Kate Salmon, councillor for Moordown Ward.
Councillor Chapman Law for Alderney and Wall Valley.
Thank you. And we also have a planning officer with us.
Katie Harrington, Development Management Manager.
Thank you. We've already met Jill Holyoke, who's our Democratic Services Officer, who will be taking the minutes and generally keeping us in order and keeping us to time and everything. So the next item on the agenda is declarations of interest. Has anyone got any declarations of interest? No, thank you. If you think of anything during the meeting, you can always mention it then. And then we move on to item 4, confirmation of minutes of the meeting on the 22nd of May. So not last week's meeting, the one before that. So is everyone happy with the minutes? It was the meeting that talked about 106 Panorama Road. In fact, that was the only item.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody happy? Thank you. I'll sign those in a minute. The normal arrangements for speaking, we have no members of the public with us, so we won't be having any contributions, objections or supporters. So we move on to item 6A, which is the National Trust Ferry Way Pool, and I'll hand over to Ms Harrington to bring us up to date, please.
So members, you would have seen an update sheet that was sent round yesterday. The recommendation has been changed to defer the item, to recommend to the chair and vice chair and members to defer the item. This because there was an administration error that occurred that resulted in no letters being sent to inform respondents of the application that the item was to be determined by the planning committee. This letter also informed respondents of the ability to speak. As a result of the risks associated with going ahead without these letters have gone out and respondents being informed, it is advised by the head of planning operations to members to defer the consideration of this item.
So committee, are you all happy to defer on that basis? I'm happy to propose. Thank you very much. And then we move on.
To second.
Thank you, Vice Chair. So everybody's happy with that decision. Thank you. So we move on to 6B, 33 East Avenue, and again I'll hand over to the Planning Services Officer.
Thank you, Chair. So the recommendation is also for this item to defer, and this is because that administration error also affected this application. So no letters have been sent to inform respondents that the item was due to be determined by the committee, and they were not aware of the ability to speak or how to go ahead and register. And the result of the risk associated with this item, should it go ahead, is advised by the head of planning operations to defer the item.
So, Councillor Salmon.
Is it possible just to ask a question?
Yes, I don't know whether it's one that you can have an answer to. We'll see.
Okay, well, it's just to understand the implications. Obviously, I get, what's happened and mistakes happen, and that's, we are where we are. Just what impact this is going to have. Are we going to need an additional meeting?
Yeah, the suggestion
How's it going to
is
work?
that we finalise it after this, that there should be an extra meeting the week after next, which is the earliest opportunity according to the, rulings on how much notice you've got to give on meetings. So we'll talk about whether that fits in with dates once we close the recording, okay? But the plan, the hope is that we will have an additional meeting to deal with these items as soon as possible, not wait for the next meeting. Okay, so on that basis, I'm happy to propose that we defer. Have I got a seconder and agreement? Thank you, Councillor Chapman-Law. Everybody happy with that? Thank you very much. Okay, so those items are deferred. So, end of meeting. Thank you, everybody.